Hey guys, I want to make a video on this amazing novel by Anthony Doerr, mainly on the multiple meanings behind its title. I will perhaps do another video later on with a more in-depth analysis of the story, but for now the title itself deserves a video explaining why it is so accurate and significant to the story. First and foremost, the title All the Light We Cannot See can be interpreted as a direct reference to Marie Laure, a young girl who begins to lose her eyesight at a very young age. This is perhaps the most obvious use of the title, which refers to the human eye being able to detect different wavelengths within the visible spectrum. These specific wavelengths are perceived as colors, with each color being a different wavelength of light. As you can see, longer wavelengths are colors such as red and orange on the right, while shorter wavelengths are colors such as blue and purple on the left. With Marie slowly becoming blind, she literally cannot see any of the light waves within the visible spectrum. Next, I believe that the title also relates to the light we do not see within disabled people. Even though Marie loses all of her sight, we see her turn into a competent character who is actually more capable than some of the adults in the novel. This is very interesting to see because Anthony Doerr makes us see a disabled character in a new light. We as humans in society tend to judge the disabled people to need the help of others to survive while not really seeing their other capabilities. But Anthony Doerr conveys a character that is extremely bright and actually outshines many other characters by being able to see many things that they cannot and survive the horrible events of World War II all by herself. Next, the title also speaks on all the other light waves we cannot see within the electromagnetic spectrum. As I mentioned before, the human eye can only see a small range of wavelengths called the visible spectrum. The other, much larger part of the spectrum are wavelengths that cannot be detected by our eyes, but are all around us and constantly interacting with us, such as microwaves, radio waves, and infrared. These mentioned light waves are longer wavelengths than the visible spectrum, and so are less harmful, while shorter wavelengths are more powerful and dangerous, such as UV rays, X-rays, and gamma rays. The book specifically has an emphasis on radio waves as it takes place during World War II, during which radios were the primary form of communication. Werner, one of the main characters in the novel, is affixed with the idea of radio light waves traveling all around him that he cannot see, yet are greatly impacting people's minds by conveying important information across vast distances. This inspires him to study radio technology, which leads him to become a German soldier. These radio light waves were pivotal in the war, and it's beautiful how these light waves are constantly affecting our lives so drastically, but we can never actually see them. Next, the book title can also be interpreted as a metaphorical reference to all the individuals during World War II whose stories will never be told. The war killed tens of millions of lives and affected many more. These lost stories are primarily of the little guys, such as the impoverished, immigrants, people of illegal status, elderly, homeless, and children. Anthony Doerr wanted to shed light on exactly that by telling the story of Marie and Werner, two children from opposite sides of the war, Marie being a French blind girl and Werner as a young German soldier. Children such as Marie and Werner, alongside other misfortunate people, have stories that take place during the war but will never actually be discovered and are lost forever. Their light will never be seen. The title, All the Light We Cannot See, also relates to not seeing the other side of the story due to preconceived notions of certain people. This can be seen in both in Werner's and Frederick's case, who are child German soldiers but were actually good young men forced to join the war. Anthony Doerr wanted to shed light on these characters because out of the 13 million German soldiers serving during the war, not all of them were bad human beings. Some of them were actually good men, but their stories will never be told because of the portrayal of German soldiers in popular media where they are depicted as villainous Nazis. Anthony Doerr subverts the audience by evoking sympathy within them for the Nazis. He accomplishes this by showing Werner and Frederick being forced to join the Great War Machine of Germany and the consequences of being institutionalized by it. Frederick and Werner both have other interests and potentials that are never fully realized, and they lose their lives for a cause that they did not believe in. These are the lights that we always fail to realize because the world portrays people in such a way that it is hard for us to think of them as anything else. Not all German soldiers were bad human beings, and unfortunately their light will never be seen because of the reputations of Nazis during World War II. Overall, the title is layered with many different meanings throughout the novel. It relates to both the scientific aspects of light and the hidden stories we often miss in society, mostly due to the preconceived notions we have of certain people. These are just my personal findings, and I'm sure that a highly intelligent author like Anthony Doerr probably has layered it even further. If you have read this novel and have more interpretations of the title, I would love to hear them in the comment section. Thank you for watching and have a great day.